welcome here to race number 7 of the NRSL T.G.I's Fatal 4-Way Truck Series. I'm a little under the weather, so my commentary may not be completely up to par, but I'm going to try my best to bring you this 25-lap event from Charlotte Motor Speedway. We're getting ready here as Team C has swept the front row for the start of this race. They're the only team that has not put one of their drivers in victory lane yet this season. Team D was able to get one of their drivers in victory lane, that 28 lining up there on the inside of row 3 actually. Tavian Alexander was the one who broke the winless streak for his team, winning last week at the High Banks at Talladega Super Speedway. Benjamin Miles, Caleb Hoffman, they make up row 1 for Team C. And then they've got A, B, and D all behind them there, with Team B sweeping row 2, James Richardson, John Arndt, then Team D's Tavian Alexander, and then Team A lined up back there with Holden Gluba, who lost the points lead to James Qualls last week, Gabriel Wanderley, and Matt McIntyre. James Qualls got to roll off from the 20th position, with Holden Gluba, who comes in only 5 points back in driver standings, starting in the 6th position. And then Dylan Young, also third in the point standings, will start in 9th place. So James Qualls has quite a task on his hands here today to try and survive this race, as he's trying to go for an unprecedented 3rd win this season, already winning the 2nd race at Atlanta and the very first dual race at Eldora. And then you see all the way down to the end of the line, number of Team D drivers down there again: Trek Togger, Juan Hernandez, Dallas McIntosh, Jeffrey Finguy, those two making up the final row. As far as team points go, coming into this race, it's still Team B. They opened up a little bit of an advantage due to last week's Talladega Super Speedway race. They are now a little over 100 points ahead of Team A, 115 points to be exact. And then it's 133 points between Team B and Team C. Team D, they're still mathematically in the hunt, but at the current moment they are exactly 322 points out of the top position for team points lead. And for those that don't know, there was an announcement made on Facebook, which I'll tell you in just a moment as we get the command.
Drivers, start your engine!
And that announcement was that with the re-emergence of a season series being run here on the Extra Sports Channel, the NSRA Hershey's Cup Series, the NRSL T.G.I's Fatal 4-Way Truck Series schedule has been cut down from the original 20 scheduled races halfway down to 10. Which means after today's race, we're only going to have 3 more races until we crown ourselves a team champions and an overall driver champion. So like I said, 322 points is still doable, but time is very rapidly running out. But here we go. Getting ready to go green here. Benjamin Miles, Caleb Hoffman trying to get the first win of the season for Team C. They'll bring us here to the green flag, and we are racing here at Charlotte. Turn 1's going to be a hornet's nest because there's no cautions. If a wreck happens, they still race, and this could be one of those demolition derby type races. Already going 3 wide. That's Gabriel Wanderley down there. 2 tires on the apron. Yeah, it looks like they're keeping it together at least for now. That's another car there on the apron. That's William Brock. And the 13, I thought I saw the 84 maybe go around of Jesse Turner. Well, if he did, he saved it. Jeffrey Finguy lost a little bit of ground there. Off 4. 4 could be a trouble spot. Looks like at least up in the front they are keeping it together. There's a separation back here. Did they wreck? Oh, there are some cars on pit road. Juan Hernandez is coming to pit road. Johnny Gardner. Grayson Acavito's on pit road as well. That's Austin Gipe. Charles Sanford in the 8. I think that's Carson Gum right behind him. It is. Seth Cole's on pit road. Andrew Rich. I think Jeffrey Finguy just took his car behind the wall. Another car coming to pit road. Whoa! That's the leaders catching William Brock, and I think that was Tavian Alexander that was a little slow there. I couldn't tell. But one car just came to pit road there, and I couldn't tell who it was. Oh! Trouble! Wade Brummer! Emmett Juckham. There's the points leader, James Qualls. James Shelley. Who's the car upside down? That's JT Bryant. Emmett Juckham is also held up there. And uh-oh, the leaders are coming there, aren't they? Oh, I guess not. Whoa, that was close. James Richardson's now the leader. We actually should bring up your ticker here so you can see who's running the top 10. A lot of stuff taking place here early on in this race. And James Qualls, the points leader. Badly mangled, we saw. Came to a stop there in turn 4. The bad news for him is Holden Gluba is running right now in the 5th position. Then the 35 came in only 5 points back. in the point stands, in the driver's points, and right now would be scored as the points leader. Ooh, going down to the apron to try and make it 3 wide on John Hart and Matt McIntyre. As Benjamin Miles is all over the back bumper of James Richardson for the lead here. Got a car up ahead. That's a slower machine. I think that's Sam Rogers in the 82. It is. He's 21st place right now. I think he's the last car on the lead lap at the current moment. And Trek Togger is now merging back on track here as well. Yikes. He might have rubbed doors with Benjamin Miles. And Miles, he's going to get turned. No, Matt McIntyre turns Tavian Alexander up into the wall. And that collected holding glue. But Dylan Young's around as well with Gabriel Wanderley. That's 3 drivers right there, the 35, 88, 14, who came into this race top 10 in the point standings. And last week's winner, Tavian Alexander, was with them as well. Whoa, Kyle Matthews, Jesse Turner going to split him. And we're going to have to document who's out of the race, who isn't at this point, because that just really played a big factor into top 10 in points. Out of the race officially right now, we got a lot of drivers. Jeffrey Finguy, Andrew Rich, Kyle Keith, Grayson Acavito, Carson Gum, Charles Sanford. For some reason, my mind's going blank on who the 25 car is. I don't know why. I apologize. Got James Shelley, Emmett Juckham. That's Emmanuel Harton in the 25. I just remembered. And oh, James Richardson! They're 3 wide in traffic with Arndt and Benjamin Miles. Who gets the advantage off 4? It's going to be Richardson and Miles at the line. Miles leads that lap. Also out of the race, JT Bryant. We saw him upside down against the inside wall in turn 4. James Qualls, the points leader, is out. 30th place today. And out of the race in 29th is Wade Brummer. That's the only drivers at this point that have officially retired from the race, which means at this point we still have 28 drivers on the racetrack. Only 20 of them on the lead lap. Sam Rogers now about to maybe go a lap down. That would make 19. Richardson will move by Austin Gipe and Sam Rogers. Benjamin Miles, John Hart trying to do the same. Richardson out of Team B, Benjamin Miles out of Team C. Team B for John Hart, Team B for the 4th place runner, Zach Rogers, who just barely missed out on a victory at Bristol a couple of weeks ago. And they're going to wreck. Oh, that's Rocco Twyman up into the wall. There goes Austin Gipe off the nose of Austin LaPlante, and he's going to hit in the driver's side door. That was Chris Dowd in the 08 that he just ran into the door of. And I think he just got nailed by Johnny Gardner. Yep, Johnny Gardner's car coming to a halt. Our winner from Eldora. There's Gluba, still running. Scored 15th place right now. Still trying to take away the points lead. Where's Dylan Young? There's Dylan Young. He's in 16th, trying to catch up to that 35. Those two are trying to run down James Qualls for the points lead. I think was our leader right there. Yep, it was James Richardson. John Hart's now moved into 2nd, but now he just lost it to Zach Rogers. Zach Rogers trying to get some redemption for Bristol. He almost beat Holden Gluba there, but came up just short. He's trying to get some redemption. And how about Zach Flickinger? What a run there for the 31 car. A 31 truck, I should say. This is his best run to date, as he's battling right now for the 3rd position with John Arndt. Austin LaPlante there for Team C has bypassed his teammate Benjamin Miles. Now he's up into the 5th position. LaPlante came into this race 6th in the point standings. This is a solid points outing for him. And oh, it's going to be congested right up in front of him though here. They're trying to work their way around the Ryan Madden and Tavian Alexander machines. And Benjamin Miles went to the apron, right back up in front of traffic, and somehow they keep it together. He bounces off the door of Holden Gluba, and there's a car around. 2 cars around. Tavian Alexander, Seth Cole nails the 28, and also Chris Dowd spun around there, and he was running in the 9th position. They might want to get Seth Cole's car or truck off the track, and they do. Oh, there goes Jake Baskinger around. Was running 13th into William Brock with a little help from Gabriel Wanderley. Look out. They keep it together. He was 16th last time by. This time by, he's going to cross the stripe and... well, they haven't updated it. I guess he was 13th and crossed in 16th. Battle for the lead. Zach Rogers to the inside. And there's a wreck up ahead. Trouble up ahead. That's Dylan Young. Wandering in is Chris Dowd, and the leaders all go up into the wall as they try to avoid it. James Alexander, or James Richardson's going to keep the lead. Austin LaPlante moves into second. Flickinger to third. Zach Rogers got the short end of the stick on that one. Falls back to fourth. And that was Dylan Young that was involved in that wreck there in turn 3. Or turn 2, rather. And that's going to cost him greatly in the point standings. James Richardson still leading. If this were a regular points-paying race, that'd be his teammate there, Austin LaPlante, in second. But Richardson runs for Team B, LaPlante runs for Team C. As they work their way around Jake Baskinger, Zach Flickinger is going to go way down to the apron and stick Baskinger in the middle 3 wide. Someone's smoking coming to pit road. There's the one car of Rocco Twyman. He's on the apron smoking. And I think that other car that was smoking might have been the 08 of Chris Dowd, and indeed it was. He's on pit road, as is the 35. The 35 of Holden Gluba is... Oh, right, that's not Holden Gluba. Was that Matt McIntyre? Sorry, I get those two trucks confused. That is Matt McIntyre on pit road. John Arndt's on pit road. I wonder if he and Dylan Young wrecked with each other. Who else is on the pit lane at this current moment in time? Juan Hernandez is. Dallas McIntosh. Rocco Twyman trying to get his wounded machine back around, and Zach Rogers has moved to the lead. And someone spun, I think. Maybe not. Rogers the leader. Flickinger is now in second. And where the heck did Caleb Hoffman come from? He's now up to third. Hoffman, who started on the outside of the front row, kind of faded from view. All of a sudden, he's back up here. He's in the third position. His teammate, Benjamin Miles, right now runs in fourth. There he is in the 99. Fifth place now is James Richardson. He's quite a ways back now. Then you got Austin LaPlante in sixth. Seventh place would be... They're saying Jesse Turner right there. And indeed that's the case. That's seventh place. Eighth is right there. That's Holden Gluba in the 35, who would leave as the points leader with where he's running right now. And then the last car on the lead lap at this moment is Gabriel Wanderley, ninth on track. Came into this race eighth in the point standings. A solid outing there for the 14 machine. Zach Rogers, he's going to have company shortly. Zach Flickinger and Caleb Hoffman trying to reel him in. Last time by, Flickinger was a second and a half back. I think it's going to be a lot closer when they cross the line this time. Let's see. At the stripe, count it. About 7/10. Cut it down pretty much half the distance. And he's bringing Caleb Hoffman with him, and they're starting to reel in. Last car on the lead lap, and that is Gabriel Wanderley in the 14. Car smoking there on the apron. That is still Rocco Twyman. He has not brought his car to pit road. Trying to salvage every point he can. Right now running 17th place. It's been a struggling season for that one team. They're dead last in the standings. And Flickinger is there. Hoffman's about to reel it in too, making a three-man fight for the victory. Zach Rogers out of Team B. Zach Flickinger out of Team A. Caleb Hoffman out of Team C. Which team's going to win this one here at Charlotte? They're catching up to Holden Gluba. Now, Gluba is a Team A driver. Will Gluba try and throw the block on Zach Rogers and try and help Flickinger win the race? Keep in mind, Gluba also took the win away from Zach Rogers at Bristol a couple of weeks ago. Might have tried to move up to block Zach Rogers, but Zach was able to get by. It's the Zach and Zach show. Zach Rogers, Zach Flickinger up front. Caleb Hoffman's lost some touch with the top two. If the two of them run into some trouble here, Hoffman may be able to capitalize, but there's a little less than 3 to go, and here comes Flickinger to the inside, looking for the lead. Both these drivers looking for their first win of the season. Team B has been dominating the points. Team A's trying to fight back. A win for them could be a step. Oh, Dallas McIntosh slow up ahead. And Rogers going to get around the outside line. Flickinger got held up. Dallas McIntosh for Team D. His alliances do not lie with either one of those two drivers. And he just held up Team A's Zach Flickinger. Zach Rogers gets ahead. Now going to have to try and get around Trek Togger. Dives it down to the inside on the 23. Next time by, he will see the white flag. Does Flickinger have anything left in the tank? Flickinger diving into the apron to try and get around Trek Togger. That might have killed his momentum. White flag displayed. Zach Rogers looking for some Bristol redemption. Flickinger trying to close up the gap, but he may run out of time. Next car ahead would be the Kyle Matthews machine. That's a teammate to Zach Rogers. I don't think he'll put up much of a fight against the 33. He'd love to have his teammate go to victory lane here. Into turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Will Kyle Matthews throw the block? He's holding up Zach Rogers. Rogers jumps to the outside line, but it's too little too late for Flickinger. Coming to the line. Zach Rogers gets redemption for Bristol. Wins here today at Charlotte. And believe it or not, with the clinic that Team B has put down on Team A and the other two teams, C and D, that is only the second win of the season for Team B. Their only other one came in the season opener at Daytona with Carson Gum. How about that? Standings are official. Zach Rogers takes the win. Flickinger will come up second. It's kind of the story of Team A's season. They just come up short. Even though they've had 4 wins this season to Team B's 2 victories. I'm trying to think, am I actually saying this correctly? I'm not sure if I'm saying this correctly or not. Yeah, I'm actually, well, I'm pretty sure that's only the second win of the season for Team B. Let me just look real quickly through the lineup here. I'm almost 100% certain. Nope, I'm sorry. I was incorrect in that information. It's their 3rd win of the season. John Arndt won at Las Vegas. Okay, I knew I was missing a driver, but I didn't know if it was a driver from Team B or not. So this is their 3rd win of the season. 3rd win for their 3rd different driver. Zach Rogers with the victory. Zach Flickinger 2nd. How about a showing for Team C here? Caleb Hoffman 3rd, 4th place Benjamin Miles, Austin LaPlante there in 6th. Jesse Turner was the highest finisher for Team D, finishing 7th. But Team D didn't exactly have the best of runs. They had some survivors there. Dallas McIntosh and Rocco Twyman actually ran around the track with their engines smoking excessively. But with there being no cautions, there would be no black flags for them. And they managed 18th and 19th place behind their teammate Trek Togger. As far as the point standings look, Holden Gluba definitely is going to take the points lead back from James Qualls. Qualls ended up finishing out of the race in the 30th position. Gluba came in only 5 points back and got a solid top 10 run of 9th. Dylan Young finished out of the race 3rd in points, finishes 23rd today. John Arndt also finished out of the race 21st. He came in 4th in points. And then the 17 of Emmett Juckham came in 5th in points, and he finished out of the race in 32nd place. A couple of drivers we might see move up in the point standings. Austin LaPlante came in 6th in points, finished 6th here today. Kyle Matthews finished 2 laps down, but 13th place, and he came in 7th in the points. Gabriel Wanderley finishes 8th and came in 8th in the point standings. And then as far as Carson Gum and Ryan Madden, those two drivers also ended up finishing out of the race. Carson Gum in 36th, Ryan Madden ended up finishing, actually Ryan Madden did finish 15th place 2 laps down, so he might actually move up in the points as well. So the point standings will certainly get shaken up again. It'll be interesting to see who's there inside the top 10 in driver points when we leave here today. As well as the team points, I think that Team B, with getting their 3rd driver to victory lane, Zach Rogers here, they may open their points lead up again, but then again, you never know. We'll see what the total points are heading into next week. Remember, we only have 3 more stops left here in this series before we crown ourselves an overall champion and team champions, and should be quite a battle to the finish. So thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's race from Charlotte, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to become part of the crew today. We'll show you one more time your official finishing results from this race. There they are. And then we will show you your driver points and your team points heading into next week. As you've been watching a production of the NSRL T.G.I.'s Fatal 4-Way Truck Series on the NSRL Sports Channel, offline racing at its best.